Good morning, guys. It's only me. It is Sunday the 21st of May and it's almost 9 o'clock, and up to about 10 minutes ago it was lovely sunshine out here, but we've had such a mixed bag of weather. We had hailstone on Friday and we've had a bit of torrential rain, so the potatoes have loved it. As you can see, we are now sporting an explosion in a green paint factory look. So everything's up and running. Things are coming along really well. So let's have a look in the shed. Not much growing in here because it's all out there now. I did a lot of potting on yesterday in between the showers. Oh, 1 second. Right, back again. Sorry about that. Typical, you just about pluck the courage up to make one of these and somebody comes out asking for stuff. Right, so as I was saying, I did a lot of potting on yesterday. Got all my brassicas done. Right at the back there I've got some greyhound cabbages, and the next row are January King, and then I've got some Evesham Special Brussels, so we love our Brussels, and then Rudolph purple sprouting broccoli. Never grown any of those before. The only time I attempted to grow brassicas was about 4 years ago, and I had a complete disaster. I didn't firm them in properly and they were all leggy and floppy and just complete disaster. What else we got? We have my rhubarb, they're coming along. Potted them up into bigger pots. And then I've got some more purple sprouting broccoli. That's a summer purple. Some spring onions. Leeks, which are doing really pathetic, so I've had to cheat and go out and buy some. And then some shallots. Now, they are coming along, but because the tray is quite shallow, they seem to be slowing down a bit, so I think what I'll do is I'll pop them on into something a bit deeper, because it's been really windy. I don't really want to put them out, and because they are still quite thin and small. Now then, those mystery plants turned out to be tomatoes, as you can see, and they're red alert. And I didn't just have 3, I ended up with 4 because another one popped up. So I'm going to grow them on and get some more salad tomatoes. I bought some basil because when I come to put my tomatoes in their final pots, I'll be putting a basil plant in with it. And it's looking a little bit pathetic because I put them up on that shelf, stuck there, and forgot about them, so they got a bit dried out. So they've had a good dunk in a water bath, and hopefully that'll keep them going long enough to be planted out with my tomatoes, which should hopefully be Tuesday when I get my pots. Now, my parsnips finally came up. Most of them are actually out in the garden now, but these hadn't come through when I planted the others out, and the very next day these popped up, so I'll be popping them in the same bed maybe today, we'll see. And then I have the rest of my climbing French beans because they've gone out now, and then those are my dwarf green kale, so they're coming along. Right, and then let's go outside. All my Sarpomira came up, so I've completely topped that bed up. So probably won't see them for another week or so. And then my potatoes, I've had to put a frame round because they're getting so tall now, the foliage. That will hopefully help to pop it up so I can water them better. Those are my international kidneys. Let's have a look. I was going around home base because I needed some more bloodfish and bone, and there was a little cardboard box saying potatoes 50p. So I grabbed myself 2 bags of Charlotte and planted 7 tubs up, and they're coming through now. I've got my home guard. Got about 6 more weeks and then I'll be having a look, see if I've got anything, because that'll be about 100 days then. And then all my radishes are coming up. Now, I can't see, but I did actually thin them out, but they still look really congested, for want of a better word. And I did plant my climbing French beans. Now I was going to put some of that polythene around the frame, but I miscalculated the size, so I took that off, and I thought, right, well, I'll put some of that green debris netting, like that stuff, around it. But I forgot to take into account that it's a 3D shape, not a 2D shape. 2D shape. So that didn't fit, so I took that off and thought, oh, sod it. I'm just going to let them grow. They do better under cover, but I'm just going to take my chance and let them get on with it. If they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. Right, down here, I've got my onions. They're coming along. They're a bit all bendy and floppy, and probably could do with staking up, but I don't think I actually planted them deep enough. What else have we got? My garlic, yay! It's finally coming up. I've only got about 4 pieces come up so far, but it's finally popped through. I gave it a stern talking to. I said, right, you've got 1 more week. If I don't see anything, I'm going to put something else in there. And I think that did the trick. Planted out my sweet corn. They're doing alright. But the weather's been so iffy. That wind's been quite chilly. And I'm going to be planting my shallots there, where that wood is. That's just to stop the local cat from taking dumps in my beds, basically. Right, sorry, try not to move so fast. I really need to sort myself out of the camera, or at least borrow my daughter's, because she's got a little channel herself. Potted on my nasturtiums. They're doing really well. Carrots. I got hold of some marigolds to help stop the green fly and white fly and all that stuff. Those are my red alerts. They come along lovely, ready to be put in the final pots. Got my cucumber. They've been hardened off, and they've been out overnight for a few days now, and they've survived okay. They're ready to be planted up. And these are my Roma, and they are really taking off. I've got flower buds coming up on those, so they definitely need their final pot. I did my own little pea guttering with some meteor peas, should I say. They came up, so I've got them planted out. And I had half a packet left, so I've just direct sown just there. That was only a couple of days ago, so nothing to see just yet. Right, try and negotiate past the plants without doing a comedy moment. There I've planted out my crystal apple, because they've been hardened off lovely, and did a bit of a frame for them, and I'll tie them on as they grow up. Between those and my dwarf beans, I planted some carrots, I think it is. I can't read the label. Early Scarlet Hollow. They're supposed to be really good for shallow soil, and it's pretty crap, full of bits of stones and stuff. And they're my other crystal apple. I had 7 plants altogether, so we're going to be inundated with that. Excuse me. And just where that bit of wood is to either side, I've planted some Rab 60, which is a part of the broccoli family, but it grows really quickly. And as soon as you get the little heads pop up, you've got to cut it, otherwise it turns to flower. But you can eat the whole lot. The flowers, the stems, the leaves. And we quite like that. You can get a Rab 40, I think it is. So that takes 40 days to grow. This one's the Rab 60, that takes 60 days. And then there's one Rab 90, I think it is. So that's RAAB, Rab. You'll have to excuse the Yorkshire accent. My peas are really taking off. I can't make the minds up which direction I want to grow though. And then I've got my broad beans. Now they've all come into flower. Keep seeing a couple of ants, which usually means we're going to be getting black fly, but I'm hoping, because I haven't pinched the tops out just yet, I'm hoping they're going to grow another at least ½ foot and get some more beans hopefully. And then I finally put this raised bed. I had one more panel to put on, so I put that on and filled that up. And I've got my winter veg in there, so I'm going to try and get in and show you what we've got in here. Ooh. Hang on one sec. Ooh. Bend down, we are actually keeling over. Alright, so starting from left to right, we've got some spring onions. They're all standing up to attention now. Next to that, I've got me parsnips, yay! Got 3.5 rows, and the other half will be planted up next day or two. I'm so chuffed about that. That was my 3rd attempt at chitting them. The first attempt I had seeds which were about 2 years old. And then my 2nd attempt, they were about 1 year old. In fact, I think the sow by date was this year, 2017. That didn't happen, and I mean they're notoriously hard to germinate. So I went out and bought a fresh packet, and I had almost 100% success. And then I got a little row of leeks. They're my cheat ones I went out and bought, because I just wanted to get some in the ground. They're all standing up to attention now. And then these 3 lines, I've planted some winter carrots. Let me just grab the label, can't remember which ones they are. Ooh, wobbly. Autumn King 2. So I've done 3 lines of those. They haven't come up yet, they've only been in about 4 or 5 days. Another row of leeks. And then another 3 rows of, I think it's Valerie. Let's have a look. St. Valerie, sorry. There we go. They're supposed to be exhibition carrots, so I don't know what they're going to be like. And then you can just about make out, I planted 2 rows of swede. I think the first one's Invitation. That was quite thick because they were old seeds. I've got so many seeds, it's stupid. But I haven't really grown much over the last 2 years. Last year I didn't grow anything at all apart from strawberries, because we were moving and then we weren't moving, and one house fell through, and complete waste of a growing season. So a lot of my seed packets are actually old now, so they're going to need thinning. I'm going to wait for them to fight it out and then pick off the weaker ones. And then next to that is a row of best of all, because we like our swede. We like swede and carrot mash with loads of butter and pepper and salt, and brilliant for a Sunday roast. So that's this raised bed. So I'm going to try and untangle myself from the netting without completely demolishing it. Ooh. Oh, my old bones are creaking. So let's have a quick twirl round here without making you all seasick. My rhubarb's starting to come along. I don't think I'm definitely not gonna get anything this year because it only went in, what, a month back, 2 months back. So I'll just let that get on with it this year, and possibly next year, we'll see. But that's Glasgow Perpetual. That's the one that you can actually pick the same year that you plant it. So we'll see. And that is about it. Oh, apart from, I've had to throw my wellies out. I had a pair of half wellies, which I've had for years, and they developed cracks, and I put some gaffer tape on them, but they started leaking from the bottom and my feet were getting wet and damp. So at the moment I am sporting my daughter's spotty wellies, which are about 3 sizes too big for me. So I'm walking around like Charlie Chaplin. And I'm clumsy at the best of times, so there had quite a few comedy moments. Like for instance, when I was putting that frame up, I went head first into the potatoes. In fact, I think one of them's got my handprint in the tub somewhere. But there you go. But anyway, that's enough waffling on from me today. I'm praying for nice sunny weather, but judging by the clouds, I don't know if you can see that. I've got 2 hopes, Bob Hope and No Hope, I think today. But anyway, that's all from me. And I'll see you guys later. So, ta-ta for now. Bye.